My name is Ashley Mahoney. This is for class SBS 110 Sociology. I'm going to be going over 4 different topics today. Starting with topic number 1, I am currently the president of a Fortune 500 company. This is a company that I started working for right out of high school, going into college, and for the last 10 years have spent so much time, so much effort, putting into where I am today to become the president. Currently, my current issue is that my vice president and CEO are always at odds ends. So I'm trying to figure out a way to resolve this. So one way that I would resolve this is I would like both my vice president and CEO to be present in a room together, and I will want to be there for this to obviously monitor and see where the faults and differences are, and make sure that we all have the same end goal in mind. So when I want to make sure that they both respect everyone's opinions and to understand that everyone has different ideas and thoughts that could definitely go into this, but we also need to be putting our personal thoughts behind us. And when we're in work, we need to make sure that our work game is what's most important. So I would start with that, make sure that in the end that their head is focused on what is going to be best for this company. And I think that would be the best way for them to discuss their differences, and then make sure that when we're in meetings and discussing how things could be better and discussing where this business should go and what our next step is, that they have the right mindset for this. So I would talk it out. I think that's the best way to get everyone on the same page so they understand where I'm coming from as the president, understanding what we need to make for the company as a whole, and just understanding it all. So that's where I would go with that. Next are the 3 types of formal organizations that we have. So 1, we have coercive organizations, 2, utilitarian, and 3, normative organizations. So a coercive organization are those in which a membership is forced and controlled within the organization and achieved through force. So a good example of that is prison. Next, we have a utilitarian organization, and those are those that people join these because they have something to gain in the end by doing so. So it's not something they're voluntarily doing or wasting their time to do. They're benefiting from this as well. And then lastly, we have normative organizations, and those are organizations in which people join these and an order is maintained through a set of shared morals and commitment to them. So think of this as going to church, political parties. It's something completely voluntary. They don't have anything to gain from this besides shared opinions and beliefs. So a good example for me would be one that I can easily relate to would be a utilitarian organization, and the way I relate to that is by having my full-time job. I currently work 4 days a week where I go to work, I put in labor, I put in effort, and I put in time. And in the end, I'm benefiting by earning wages. I get benefits. So it's not I'm just showing up, wasting my time. I have something to gain from going to work each day. I'm gaining knowledge, I'm gaining money, and I'm gaining benefits. I'm putting in labor and they're benefiting me for that. So that would be my example. Next, I am running for office with no experience. The only other experience I have was helping a friend through them running through office and going off of the knowledge I gained from that. So a good example would be the characteristics from Weber's ideal bureaucracy. Weber believed that this was the most efficient way to set up and manage an organization, especially for larger companies, to achieve maximum productivity with many employees and tasks. So this is something where everyone's treated equally. The work responsibilities are clearly divided. We have a hierarchical merit management. The system supports a lot, and everything is equally distributed based on your level. So a way that me running for office, I don't have any experience running through it, but I did help a friend. So I've been in the situation before to where I had to help set up campaigns, help get the research done, and help make myself presentable to make sure that I'm a good fit for this position. I've already had to put in the work to help them, so I feel like I have a good standing ground on my feet to where I feel comfortable enough that I'd be in a good position to do this on my own. Next and lastly, I am a creative manager of a small group of employees in the advertising department. And I noticed one of my designers has withdrawn from the meetings. He or she hasn't had any input, and this employee's alienation definitely is something that's concerning to me. How I would socialize this employee and get them to doing their job. I just want to remind them that this is something you're willing to show up for each day. I'm paying you as your manager, so I need you to be putting back in the effort and the work that's required to maintain this position. So another example would be that Weber advocated for hierarchical management. So this is organized into, we have different layers. Weber believed that each layer of management should provide supervisions to the layers below. So that's what I'm doing as a small manager. I am managing the people that I have underneath me to making sure that all of the work in production is getting done. So it's kind of, we're also relating it back to a utilitarian organization. This is something that you're willingly doing because you're benefiting from it. And if you don't feel like you're benefiting, then maybe this isn't the right position for you. But you want to make sure that you sit down management-wise, make sure that they're understanding what's expected, that they're understanding the concepts of what they need to be doing, and understanding the concepts of what is expected of them each day. Otherwise, I am getting my power abused by, because I'm paying you to be here and you're not participating, when unfortunately your effort is required, your opinions are required, and in the end it's all about what's most important for the company. So yeah, thank you.